Jay Croucher, Matthew Berry here at the Happy Hour desk with fantasy superstar Dalton Kincaid. They always say don't draft a rookie tight end. This year people did, and it paid off for them, not only in fantasy football, obviously for the Buffalo Bills. First off, welcome, congratulations on a great season. I don't think people realize this. You didn't play competitive football until you were a senior in high school, and a guy had to talk you into joining the team. You were a big basketball player, obviously. Are you still in touch with that friend that talked you into playing football? Like, is he like, dude, you got to hook me up? Like, I should get a little piece of this?
Yeah, it was more really a collective effort because, I'd gone there to really just play basketball and, have a good senior year. And it being a smaller school, everyone really played multiple sports. So football was kind of just fell into it. Grew up playing, flag football a little bit, but Friday Night Lights was a little bit more enticing than I thought it'd be.
Okay. It is kind of crazy, though, from not playing till your senior of high school to then first-round NFL draft pick, whatever, 5 years later, is kind of unbelievable.
Yes. Gives me hope that I may still make the NFL as well, in fact. Are you the best basketball player on the Bills?
I would support that statement,
right.
I would.
Yeah.
Some people think that they are, but, I would take myself against anybody.
Okay, well, we'll ask you more football stuff, but the key question here is, you noticed before we started recording that I'm Australian, and apparently you had an encounter with a kangaroo.
Not a friendly one by any means.
They're animals. They're awful.
Yeah, they're no good.
Yeah, I discovered that they're actually pests, so I had a traumatic experience as a kid where I was beat up by a kangaroo.
How old are you? Let's set the scene here. You're how old at this stage?
11, 12 maybe.
11 years old, 11, 12. Your parents take you to a dangerous kangaroo.
It was actually a very friendly zoo, and they had a portion of it where it was like a feeding area.
Yeah.
And they give you Cheerios, so I had ran out of Cheerios and ultimately kind of taunted the kangaroo.
Right.
And kangaroo just kicked me down and just starting the beat down.
And what happens at that point? Like, do your parents come get you? Are there zoo people? Like, do you fight him off?
For me, it was all a blur, but I can imagine from their perspective, ultimately turning around and kind of laughing at first, and then realizing like, oh, we gotta help him
Save
out.
this kid.
Yeah, unbelievable.
If we got our friends at P&G, and I know you're here promoting the P&G Battle of the Paddles, but I wonder if P&G, if we could go find that kangaroo and say, hey, we want a rematch now. Because I think you could take. He's older, you're bigger. Like, I think you could take that kangaroo now.
I've had this thought and conversation. It would be more embarrassing if I lost the fight now if it was a fist fight.
This is true.
So it's like, do I get a weapon? How do I get to approach this fight?
Yeah, that's fair. That's you definitely have more to lose than the kangaroo.
Absolutely,
if we did have a rematch. Yeah. But I think there would be a lot of interest in it. I'm just saying.
Seems like you have a really broad portfolio of opponents, be it Legarius Sneed, kangaroos in Australia when you're a child. People don't realize, people think that in Australia, kangaroos are just everywhere, nice cuddly creatures. They are people of violence, kangaroos.
They're pests, I believe.
Yes, they are.
They are everywhere, though. Jay had to ride one to school. All right, let's actually talk football here for a second as well. For the longest time, it took tight ends a while to get acclimated into an offense, and so as we talk about fantasy football, we're like, literally like the only tight ends that had ever finished top 10 as a rookie, Evan Ingram, his rookie year, when there was everyone else on the Giants got hurt, he was literally the only guy to throw to, and Gronk, who just caught a bunch of touchdowns, obviously, from Brady. And then you and Sam Laporta come along, have monster years. Talk to me about being integrated into the offense and how you're able to pick it up so quickly and become a big part of what the Bills are doing.
I think that was the first thing, was learning the offense, and then just kind of having the confidence and trust from the top down, from the coach to the quarterback, position coach, and even just receivers out there, and just knowing what to do, and that you're kind of confident in being able to do that, and then just experience, being out there and having game time experience helps slow things down. But Sam had a fantastic year, and it's cool because we're texting each other back and forth periodically throughout the year, just rooting each other on. But
did you guys become friends through the pre-draft process? Because I'm sure you guys were the top 2 tight ends off the board, and so.
Yeah, and he's an even better guy off the field than he is on the field, and that's hard to say with the numbers he put up this year. So it's pretty cool just to see the success, and you root for other tight ends throughout the league, just kind of talking to people. And tight end U has kind of created that bond. It's like an unspoken bond between the position group. So it's awesome, going up to guys before games, after games, just basically saying what's up and just introducing each other.
Yep. So we've got two legendary tight ends in the Super Bowl on Sunday, obviously, and George Kittle and Travis Kelce. Did you model your game after kind of elements of either of them or other tight ends in the league?
You try to. I mean, those are two of the best to do it in two completely different, situations. Kelce's fantastic, catching the ball and just kind of always seems to be open, and George just plays with passion and intensity like no other and has success. So you try to model your game after them, but they're just so unique in what they do. It's hard to do that.
I want to ask you about the offense because Ken Dorsey started as the offense coordinator. He leaves the team midway through. Joe Brady becomes the interim offense coordinator. It's now been announced he is returning full-time. What changed in the offense when you guys went from Ken to Joe? What did you notice there?
Joe's message was just to do simple better. So I think really just simplifying our game plan and just going in with, what we felt really confident in. And I think that was kind of the biggest thing was just, everyone had an idea of what we were doing going into it. And, it was super sad to see Dorsey go because you don't wish that upon anybody. But
yeah, of course.
Super happy for him and the position he's in now with the Browns. But have all the confidence in Joe and very excited for him to be our OC going forward. Has
he talked to you at all, him or Coach McDermott or your position coach, in terms of what they expect from you in year two?
Yeah, a little bit with our exit interviews. Just, what they want to see more of and what to work on in the offseason.
Okay.
Want to give us any detail on that, or or is that trade secret?
We can leave it as a secret for now, but there's some obvious things I feel like that you could just see if you watch film, but just very excited to kind of attack the offseason and get better.
Yep. So really interested to know what it's like playing with Josh Allen when he gets out of structure. Was that kind of a difficult learning curve, just when the pocket collapses, when Josh is on the move and you have to find the soft spots in the zone?
It is, because you're taught, run to the sideline, be friendly, but Josh, you never know what's going to happen with him, and that's what makes him so good. So I think as the season went on and we had more of those game-like situations, I kind of had a better feel for it and what he wanted to see. So it's fun, I think he's the best quarterback in the league in what he does and how he changes the game. So it's awesome to play with him.
I have one quick question, then we want to talk to you about what you're doing here for P&G. But very quickly, Chiefs or Niners? You guys lost a tough one to the Chiefs. You know them well. Curious what you think what happens on Sunday.
I got to root for the team that sent us out, respectively. So I'm rooting for the Chiefs. I wouldn't say rooting, but that's my prediction.
Okay.
But I think the last place I said 27-24 is my prediction. So we'll see.
I like that. And absolutely, like if you're going to lose, at least lose to the Super Bowl champions, right? Yeah. As well. Hey, you're here thanks to our friends at P&G. You are participating in the P&G Battle of the Paddles, the second annual one. Talk to me about what you're doing here and doing with the Battle of the Paddles, and is there anyone you're hoping to compete against?
I actually just got kind of introduced to who's in the tournament, but yeah, P&G had sent me out here. It's the second annual table tennis tournament. Last year they had it, and the reigning champ is also competing, so I'm looking forward to that. But Will Levis and Jamal Williams. Jamal Williams is a BYU guy, so there's that BYU-Utah feud, and Will Levis is just another fellow rookie in it, so I'm looking to compete against them. But you can tune in on Overtime Season's YouTube. It'll be live 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And also, you can receive $10 off by spending $50 or more on P&G products like Bounty, Charmin, Swiffer, and Tide at Lowe's.com. But it'll be a fun tournament tonight. My competitive nature will probably kick in a little more than it should. So we'll see how it ultimately ends.
Well, we wish you luck in the Battle of the Paddles, and we also wish you luck with the Bills next season. You had a great rookie season, and we're looking forward to seeing more. Thanks so much for stopping by.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBCSports.com and RotorWorld.com, and I want to thank you so much for watching whatever it is you just watched, or if nothing else, being too lazy to click out of the autoplay after this video started after whatever it is you actually wanted to watch finished. But now that you're here, I'd like to take a moment here to ask you respectfully now, okay? I'm asking you respectfully to subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel. You'll get the latest Roto-World fantasy news headlines, all sorts of great shows, including my own Fantasy Football Happy Hour. So go subscribe now. Again, I'm asking respectfully.